Everybody, welcome back. I'm the Stretch Professor. Let's go ahead and get in here. So we are being challenged. We could actually retreat off of the town if we wanted to. I mean, we're going to have to fight them anyways. This does pull them outside of the town so there aren't walls. I think we can probably beat them. It might be a little hubris, but I think we can take them. Let's do it. With all of our magic. Now, I don't know if we're going to get the plus 30 starting because, which is going to kind of suck because the reinforcements are, Malagor's our reinforcement. Sorry. Getting a little tired, but I'm trying to get one more episode. Yeah, we're not getting the starting 30. Where's our reinforcement? Okay. We are getting a nice flank on them, though. Where are their reinforcements coming from? I don't know. Do they just start with everything literally ready to go? I mean, everything in this army is, Vanguard, so... I mean, we can just basically right-click. This is going to be... My computer's not going to like this. This is going to be a, very, graphics card-intensive, most likely. Possible I should even turn it down for fights like these that are going to have like so many units on the screen, but usually it can handle most things, but the Beastmen just have so many like units. There's so many entities per thing on highest graphics, which is of course what I run on all the time. That sometimes it can start to add up. Okay, their reinforcements are coming in from over there too. Okay, this is gonna get awkward. So my reinforcements are showing up literally on top of the... I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Fast! Taxi! Dwarfs! Quimdor! Spanish Ark! Vib! Quill! Pass! Bar! Taxi! Quimdor! Lockout! Bar! Silla Dawes!
Get over here now. Crap, I forgot to send these guys in. Go, 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 go. Get over here.
Beastmen! Akash Ak! Dwarfs! Dark Beast! Rathcar! Quimdor! Bar! Akan Shaheen! Sword Daos! Bar! Quipzak! Laru! Ango! Dawak Az! Dada! Dawak Az! Quimdor! Bar! Quimdor! Yes! Quilder! Angle! Now Bob! Good Dallas!
Graphics card's probably like, what the hell was wrong with you? Why are you doing this? Why you do this? I gotta come over here and kill all these. Just ignore the lords, basically.
Fast! Cool! Dallas! chaos.
How many are in there? There's quite a few in there, but I think this is going to be the juiciest spot.
Grimdark. Quo. Matriarch. Uncles. Quill Ak. Malagor. Sawuspa. Ak. Noak As. Uncles. Soyuz Ak. Chaos God.
That was a very weird fight.
Laxayak.
The immigrants are going to be able to run off the field 'cause they're so
Ak.
fast.
Cartel. Pass. Sawuspa. Laxayak.
These guys are unbreakable, so that's why they're not like running in.
Chaos God. Fast. Quill. Sargon Arthas. Naka. Fagudat. Angors. Nagumab. Vip Quill. Rathkar. Ba. Arkansas. Dadawal. Fast. Angors. Taxi.
When we get all the great swords, we got a lot of them.
Karsla.
I don't know if it's that close. I mean, I guess a lot of them did get to run off the field for that army at least. Yeah, the anti-infantry ones got some kills. I didn't even see most of their units. It was just like a swarm. It just like, as soon as the fight started going down, they started doing a lot of damage to Malagor. I need to get these guys. I need to go in the red tree probably and get their upgrades. Because they're about to get rank 7. Peter's like, the hell just happened? It's like twitching. It's like, why, man? Let's just go back to League of Legends. Where you could basically run it on a Nintendo Entertainment System, NES. Oh no, we failed pest control. Against, who is, I don't even know who that is. Wolfen, whatever. Okay. Okay, so they did fight that off, so I can go back and burn that in a second. Terrifying Mask of E, okay. Horde building cost. Okay, that's good. Horde declared, rank gained. Alright. Okay, so that's their 20 stack they got out of the town. Now, we should be able to beat this town down, though. Alright. That's pretty good. That's for Chaos Spawn, Giants, and Minotaurs. Bestial Butchers, okay. Savagery. Yeah. That's really good too. For Bestigors. Wow, that's 15? Oh my god, that's so good. Compared to a lot of the other ones. Like, this is basically trash. But Bestial Butchers is good. Yeah. So we need to get that. And Call of Violence is going to be... Well, Leadership and Physical Resist is not absurd. That is a lot better, though. The 20 melee attack on top of that. But it only lasts for 15 seconds. So it's not, like, crazy. But it's still pretty good. Okay, so we could either do Wild Surge. That is 30 seconds of extra stuff. Yeah, let's go ahead and go with that. Okay, and then the Gorbel Tribe. I mean, Deadly Onslaught is okay. Could do Tough as Nails and then try to get to the enemy hero success chance. Could be quite good, and then the unit training is usually not that great, but because it's for everybody faction wide, it could actually be like maybe okay. Could also get more armor. This guy does have regen, so it does make armor a little bit better. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this. Tough as Nails is actually relevant now because we can be wounded because we have immortality. So if we get wounded in battle or through a hero, it's useful. Okay. Could do Feasting Upon Man, or I just don't like the chariot for sieges. Like, I like to be able to climb up the walls. And Frank, I mean, he's already fast. Like, he already, you know, does a lot of stuff. So I don't even want to mess with the chariot. Okay, I think we can do all armies faction wide. Wow, that's terrible. Okay, so we'll just wait a turn. Unless we want to do that. I think we just wait a turn. That makes the most sense to me. And then just double tap a couple of those things. So Grinstat, we should just be able to auto-resolve that, and then we can run this dude down and kill him too after that. Means we have to attack with Malagor, which is annoying, but... Well, I guess it doesn't necessarily mean we have to attack. So we can attack this.
I cannot.
Okay, I've got an idea. Alright, so we're going to attack this, make sure Malagor reinforces. Oh, it is pulling in the other guy. Okay, no, we can stop that though. Okay, so we can do this. He shouldn't be able to run. He just ran when we made him run last fight. Okay, so that's just an auto. Get some more sacrifices. So we should be getting pretty close to Khazrak. It's taken so long because a lot of our fights have been seriously not getting yet? Wish it would tell you how close you are. Why does he come in as level 6? If he only comes in as 1. That's kind of weird. Okay, we can throw the Gorbel over here.
presence. Real sight. Go. Show yourself.
I'll resolve this. I guess take money. 7,000 is too much. Pass out.
Weird dogs, you. Come, sorry, Dallas.
I don't know why I ran so far out of the way. Could he get attacked by something else? I don't think so. This is possible, but okay, we want this. Stop the hero spam on us. Okay. Ooh, I forgot. Also, yeah, immortality for sure. Then we have to decide which one of these we want. Probably just corn, I think. So you get bleed, sunder armor, magical damage, and banish, which means they take more magical damage, and or poison. And then what are just these different buffs? No, it's got a little string-looking thing. Let me see here. Okay, what is this string thing? Okay, so you can fire the magical missiles, and you give everybody minus magic resist, and then you have leadership and miscast chance, but a little bit less armor, a little bit less damage. Okay. Corn's thing we've seen again. You know, his huge melee damage. Just crushes infantry. Nurgle is replenishment, so difficult to kill. Pretty high melee defense. Gives everybody 5 armor and 5 physical resistance. He already has Rotten Regeneration, I think, right? Or is that somebody else? That's the Gorbel that has that, actually. Okay, so he doesn't give any buffs to anybody. I think maybe Pestigore. Speed is a bit lower, but good armor, good aura. I don't know how good the magical missiles are. Usually magical missiles aren't insane, but the minus 15% magic resist is pretty good. But it's either Corn would be, he personally does a lot of damage, or this 40 gives everybody more resists. And gives himself a lot of regeneration. I think I like that one. I think I like the Nurgle. Yeah, 70 melee defense, 50 offense, 70 defense, 6,000 HP. Yeah, so he gets more HP. Charge defense against all. And he does get anti-large in that form, too. Banish 65, 45. 60 armor, Slanesh. Armor sundering. Anti-large is nice. Anti-infantry, bleeding, armor. Defense. Yeah, we're just gonna go with Nurgle. Does he get the... I don't know if he gets the aura or not. Doesn't look like he gets the aura, from what I can see, but... Still, the regen... I'm just gonna do Nurgle. much anti-large? 20 anti-large. Yeah, I think that's pretty legit. So he doesn't get the aura. It does slow his speed, I guess, which is, you know, not insane, but whatever. Okay, that's what we got. And then need to try to get to Revered Shaman. I don't think we want Pit of Shadows. I mean, it's alright, but it's not, like, the best thing in the world. I'd rather just probably upgrade Flock of Doom. Okay, that, and then... If they pick us off, like, I don't... He can't come down here fast enough to pick us off. We should be able to get them next turn. Okay, do we want to go ahead and grab this as well? I mean, it's expensive, but you might as well, you know, your cost is only going to go up. This gives growth, more call, capacity, all that good stuff, more money per turn, so we might as well get that too while we're taking a turn at it. Alright. Wait, who?
Onward.
It's hilarious. They like us because of how much we murdered Black Crag. We are still at war with them, though. Broken Nose we're at war with. I actually wouldn't mind killing them, so I might need some of their properties. Skaven need to chill. Like, save some for me, bro. I like that you're rounding them up, but... I mean, I guess I could always, like I said, just kill all the Norskins up north if I have to. If I need extra burns. Could work with Sylvania. I might need to kill their stuff, though. Wish I knew how many provinces were in there. Okay, Moon's coming up next turn. I mean, how many? I'm trying to think. Or 7, so 4, 8, 8. They added more on. It's 11, 12, 13, 16, 19, 20, 21, 22. Six, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 2, 4. I think, like I said, I think there's about 40 in there. Something like that. Now, if the Norse can start burning up stuff up north too, it looks like they already took out Nordland. If they start knocking out Midland, then I could run out of stuff to burn. If no one reoccupies that. Hopefully this doesn't derail me. getting that peace treaty, because I think it's only been like 5 turns. I thought you had to have 10 turns. But I don't think they're allowed to ask. Oh. I really like some Dark Devotion. We have a lot of leadership buffs. I think we can withstand that. Now that would almost certainly give me Brayherds, which would help if I don't have low leadership right now. This Dark Devotion, and stuff's going to be worth a lot of money here, so I'm not going to be able to burn Dark Devotion stuff as often, because I'm going to just be tempted by the money. And there's still some good stuff. Like, we've got all the call stuff, but we still want movement speed. What else was in there? Ambush is, like, alright, although most of our fights are probably going to be sieges. We still need to get the Dragon Ogre unlocked, at least. The Dragon Ogre unlocked, so that's 700 something. And then if we want like the Corn Gores or the blue ones, the Zench Gores, like those are going to be 700 a pop. And there's some other things, like there are some items like the Rust Totem could be pretty good that we can still get, so that is quite nice. The Horde Growth is helpful. I mean, I will need a lot of growth. This would be very good with if I hire a Lord. So it's probably going to take 2 turns to hire a Chaos Spawn if I want to do that. I mean, there's no real rush to upgrade the Chaos Spawn, but I mean, the Horde Growth is nice. We're already getting like 30 or 40 growth per turn though, so it's not like insane. So the Brayherds are probably the best options. But I'm not even sure if we need those right now, to be fair, to win some of these fights. And they could just troll us again. We will need them to take Altdorf, probably. They certainly would help with some of the other fights we might get into. We could get overrun if everyone just starts spamming 20 stacks at us right now. If we don't have Brayherds. And this doesn't really have much of a penalty. The upkeep's whatever. Our units are so cheap anyways. It's fine. So the 15 leadership could be a big deal in some cases. That's like the greediest one that's probably the highest payout. Dragon Ogre will be very nice for handling like Demigryphs. This would allow me to have my guys split up too and cover more ground if I want to do that. Because they could just siege with a put a Gorbel on there and just have them siege with the help of the Brayherd. I think I'm going to go cost of skill. I'm going to greed out a little bit here. It's because I don't think we're going to need Brayherds for the next little bit. Until the next moon comes up. And then we can maybe do a Brayherd on the next moon. Wow. Plus 15.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I mean, it's still... With all the buffs that we get... with the Gorbel unit, it should still be okay. Okay, is this, it is gated. Might have been a little too greedy there. I mean, how many turns does it take to hire? Oh, they're only 1 turn to hire. Oh, okay. So we could just hire a few of these. Okay, so we could siege with him.
Do you take me for a
Pretty
wizard?
sure we can beat him open field. So we can siege with him. And then hire a couple of the Chaos Spawn with him. Now, what's this guy's big deal? What does he do? What is that? They can't run as easily? Cavalry Bane. Okay, sure. I mean, we do get a discount on him. The armor sundering guys are not bad. I do need to kind of break down the... I would like to get the battering ram so we can get any chaos spawn in there, but let's just go ahead and continue siege. Okay, so it doesn't show us where the edge of this town is. It shows us where we're reinforcing him from here, though. We should be. And we can hire the new legendary lord here, too, off of him. Once we get a couple of these chaos spawn. Okay, so let's hire one. These are basically worthless at this point in the game. Wow, we have a lot of local recruitment capacity too. Now those can't climb up the walls. I don't want a ton of them. And if they attack me, I want to have enough to where I think we can beat them. So I don't want to go too crazy. We could go ahead and get rid of another one of these guys. And then just bring in this guy for a discount. Because remember, we do get 25% off the upkeep of these with Malagor, so it might be with all people. Let's go bring them all in just to power up a bit here. In case they want to fight us open field. Okay. Okay, we're still very high.
Yes. And what can the Dowie do for you on this fine day? Nay. You moke. Go on, talk. I'm listening. Never. We must make treaty accord. Quick, quick, before the Grey Seers here.
Now they're on the other end of the universe. Actually, they do have some stuff that's over in my part of my area, so I don't want to do that too much.
Clansy talk instead of fight kill, yes? Make a deal pact with fine.
Okay, yeah, that'll just give me vision of everybody. Now they are wiping out the Wood Elves, which is pretty nice. Those guys are really annoying to siege. Jeez, they are killing everything. It's a race. I mean, I guess near the end of the game, I could just turn on them and kill a lot of their unprotected stuff. That if they take over all this and they don't have armies there and I see it, I can just turn on them and start burning their stuff. Because, I mean, that'll be the end of the game at that point. Midland and a Verland are getting... I'm blasting a Verland, but Midland is dying to Norskins right now. Just gotta have enough stuff to kill, guys. Come on. Save some for us. That guy's too strong. Okay. Let's see if they want to sally out on us here. That other Trickster Shard, this is where it's going to come in handy against the Dwarves to knock out their magic resist. I gotta remember who... I think it's the Gorbull has it. Greenskins are definitely taken over. Oh, Karakiran has a couple of properties, but yeah, Greenskins are creeping. I could try to get a non-aggro with the Greenskins at this point. Or they just get something else. What do they get? They burn something in here. Looking to see what changed colors. Yeah, they're going for that power vacuum. No one's still gone for this stuff, hardly. The Greenskins, or someone kind of did. Okay, yeah, they want to go ahead and get us before we hire the Chaos Spawn. We are a little injured with Malagor, not much. Can we beat... I mean, it's a lot of dwarfs, but... it's not like they're not that advanced. Okay, yeah, these should do very well against them. Okay, let's do it. Elmo chugs along like a train. Is that right, Sadie? Get some Sesame Street songs in my head. Sadie, you need to watch yourself. Dang it. They always attack the other guy, so I don't get that initial 30 magic. It's almost like they know what they're doing. Okay. $17 seems really low. Because I think you can get up to... I don't know if... You can't get the full 50, but... There we go. That's a lot better. I want to use these as our flankers if we can. Now, this stuff is going to have a little bit less leadership, I think, too. Because I wasn't in camp, and of course we are getting the negative 15 leadership as well from our thing. But we still have, like, pretty good leadership. Especially when they're in range of, like, a lord. You know, they still have 85. So we had a quite an abundance of leadership here. So let's go ahead and this stuff, let's just call this number 3, and then we'll just make this our number 1. Our frontline stuff here. Bigger frontline stuff. Okay, well if they want to step up to us right now, we're way faster than they are.
Cloven ones! Chaos Death! Pass! By! Direct all cities! Pass! Angors! Dwarfs! Pass! Sagat Arbath! Malagor! Lakshayak! Darklyran! Malagor! Naruto Shalish! Dwarfs! Lakshayak! Akash Khan! Malagor! Dar on you! Dar City! Dar Slaw! Car Chaos! Fast! Fast! Chaos good! Quilla! Fast! Quillak! I come say.
He's got to try to get that surround on him. You can't just you got to make sure that you don't get bottlenecked. Then he kind of swarm faction. You got to just run around him. You can't let like one hero like over here. These are soaking up so much. I tried to run them out of there, but you got to always try to get those surrounds. Just throw, just a couple units on top of their lord. One or two just to tie them up, and then everything else.
Chaos Death! Cloven ones! Akash! Nagubab! Akashak! Grimdark!
Now they are going to get to retreat, so we need to try to run down as many as we can. made these guys kill? I didn't kill that many. They kind of died, too. But I didn't really micro them that well. Boo. Okay, get these guys up. They just don't weigh that much either, so they don't have like a huge charge bonus. Or I mean, their charge bonus is okay, but like the charge bonus is separate from the weight of the unit. A lot of times they're related, but there can be some stuff that doesn't have as much a charge bonus but weighs more and will do more impact damage. They don't tell you the exact formula on like weight, impact damage, entity size. Probably because, I don't know, they think that'd just be information overload or something, but heavier stuff, when it charges into you, going faster does more impact damage in this game. It's like the physics is, you know, realistic in that sense. So like, even though these guys have like a 60 charge bonus, they're really light compared to something like Reichsguard, which might also have 60 charge bonus, but it's not going to hit you as hard on the charge, because those are like basically not wearing any armor, the Centaurs. Oh, what is this? Once again, we don't, a lot of these are going to get to run, including the town, so I want to try to kill as many as I can. Yeah, dwarfs a lot of times are pretty overrated. I mean, I've said this a lot before. The AI just the AI, the auto resolve stuff just loves dwarfs. Everybody loves dwarfs on the channel, but you know, for the most part, they are just heavily armored, slow infantry. If you sit there and just slug it out with them, they're okay. You know, they're okay in those kinds of fights, but they can get flanked and spanked so easily. They just do not have a good answer to that stuff. They don't have any cav. They just, you know, a good, like, defensive faction, you know. It does take forever to cut them down, but, and they don't have any proper magic. They do have, like, their little runes. They gave them that with an expansion. Or I think so, with a patch or something. They did end up getting the runes. But, still is a huge problem. Okay, so I only want the heavy armor penetration stuff here. Now later on, like the hammers, like they're late game units, if you get to that and you get like death stacks of hammers or something like that that's backed by, you know, it's like a ton of gyrocopters. Like there are certain builds, you know, that can potentially be alright, but it's like very specific things that you need. I got it up as fast as I can go. We're trying to kill him. We gotta make sure he goes down. There's like, you would think all that armor and all that stuff would help them against like the Beastmen, but you get so many buffs. Like that's the thing, they don't get that many crazy buffs off of things too. Like their heroes are not that great. The artillery guy is pretty good with your artillery later on. But a lot of times, like the grudge thrower, you know, your level 1 artillery is your best artillery. There are some cases where the other stuff can be good, but it's nothing like the Gorble, you know, handing out like 15 leadership and like 15 to 20 extra melee attack and all of that, just insane buffs and just the kind of buffs you can get from like your skill trees and techs and just all of that. The Beastmen are just, like, these Bestigors just tear them up. And your magic, Beastmen have some of the best magic in the game too. That Devolve is like in the running for best spell in the game. It's pretty close. It's been nerfed a lot also. When it first came out, it was absolutely ridiculous. Now it's just kind of ridiculous. And you have Flock of Doom, which is another like staple, extremely strong spell that has been nerfed many, many times also. Sadie, I will get you. Now that may have stopped me from hiring those units. I'm not sure. Because I got discovered, but... That reminds me, and no offense, by the way, but it had a reputation getting discovered. We used to say that in the restaurant. If someone gave you a Discover card, in like a big party or something, you'd just be like, oh my god. Because a lot of times I think Discovery cards are easier to access than some of the other types of cards out there. Like you can have a lower credit score and things like that. And so that was one of those things where it's like, oh man, I got discovered. Got 5% on like a $300 tab or something. Which, you know, is a stereotype and isn't always fair, but that just saying that I got discovered there just brought back flashbacks. No! 7 on 243. I actually had to pay for someone to eat there before. Like, they took up my entire section one night. 3 tables. I don't remember how many people they were, but maybe not all night, but for like a while, like an hour and a half. Took up my whole section, and you had to pay out, I think it was 3% at the time, of your total sales to like the hostesses and the bussers and the bartenders and all that stuff, tip share. And they left me 7 on 243. $7 on 243. So I had to pay out the hostesses and the bussers like $7.50. Because it was 3% of whatever 243 is. It was more than $7, because $7 would be about $233. So I actually had to pay for them to sit in my section that night. It's like, oh my god. That was probably the worst. I mean, other people have like pretty bad stuff. I mean, I've had, you know, like dollar on 20s and things like that, but like on such a large tab. I mean, I'm sure there are some viewers that are going to have crazier stories than that watch that, but I think they were, I think they weren't, I think they were tourists. I think they were either from Europe or somewhere in Asia. I don't remember. And from what I understand from Europe, from talking with some of my European friends, over there, they pay their servers like an actual, like living wage of sorts. And then the tips are just like a very small amount of their income on top of that. So sometimes when you get people from Europe or Asia, they don't understand that in America, you don't get paid anything as a server. Like when I was a server, and it probably hasn't changed too much, you got paid, I think it was $2.13 an hour. And then everything else is tips. So if you don't get good tips, you actually do not make money. Now, if you ever in a 2-week period made less than minimum wage, they would bump you up to minimum wage. They would pay the difference, but that almost never happened. So you weren't like actually making minimum wage a lot, but you would get screwed over hard if people left you a bad tip.
Stop that.
Whereas in other countries, it didn't matter as much. Okay, so we can go ahead and hire him. Just as a small aside, tip your servers, please, and even if they're not that great, just give them decent money, unless they just, like, you just absolutely hate them. Even if they're a little lazy, you know, I still give, like, a decent tip, even if they're lazy. And if they're good, I give a pretty big tip. But I don't eat out very much, so... Anyways. Population... Wait, I don't have enough pop to hire? Oh, I can hire with anybody, though. I don't have to hire with him. I just had to hire one of these. Okay, so I can hire him. Can I do that while I'm sieging? I guess I can. And he comes in level 6. The same as everybody else. So I do have the skill. I got the +4. And then I have the 1 from the skill.
I have no time for this.
How much? I think I have like over 20, right? Maybe 30 growth. 19, okay. 54 growth per turn. Well, that's because we have that one event, but... Anyways, okay, let's look this up. Why are we looking on time? We're basically at time. Okay. Alright, we'll engage and we'll fight him. Yeah, we'll just, we'll do this next episode. So, thank you very much for tuning in. I'll look over the new guy. I'll tell you, like, what's relevant for him so I don't have to waste time reading him and figuring him out. I don't know if I've ever hired him before in the past, the Chaos Spawn Lord. But we'll check him out. I'll give you the rundown, let you know what we're going to do with him. Hopefully he's, you know, good. I mean, we'll use him. He's a legendary lord. I'm sure he's got some good stuff in there, but... Anyways, alright, that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. If you'd like to sponsor a campaign yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. Let me know what you have in mind. We can set that up. And that's going to be it. Have a good day. See you next time.